Sometimes the best revenge is doing absolutely nothing. Not yelling, not arguing, not even defending yourself. Just stepping back and letting someone destroy themselves with their own mistakes. A few years ago, I worked at Harrington Books in a busy Manchester shopping district. I was 26, working in the children's section. Bright shelves filled with fairy tales, adventure stories, and picture books. My job was simple: organize books, help parents, restock shelves. Calm, predictable, comfortable. Then Claire joined. At first, she seemed friendly, outgoing, talkative, maybe too talkative. But soon it became obvious she didn't actually work. She spent hours chatting with friends or coworkers, leaning on counters, using the store as her social hangout. Meanwhile, the rest of us kept up with our tasks. Every time the manager, David, walked by, she magically looked busy, grabbed a book, straightened a stack, smiled, then back to chatting. Eventually, her laziness started affecting my work. Books piled on carts. Customers asked for help, and she casually pointed them to me, her responsibility ignored. I explained everything to David. Calmly, I told him Claire spent entire shifts socializing. He frowned, then said words I'll never forget. Claire? Lazy? Impossible. She's one of the hardest workers here. If you're having trouble keeping up, focus on your own work instead of criticizing others. More complaints, and I might have to reconsider your position. In other words, stop talking or lose your job. Defeated, I kept my head down, did my work, and watched. Then one Saturday afternoon, everything changed. The adult fiction section needed reorganizing. Wall display books moved to lower shelves, which had a different system. A small, crucial detail. Claire was assigned the task. She grabbed a trolley stacked with novels and started moving them, but used the wall display order, not the shelf system. I almost said something. Old habits. But David's warning rang in my head. If I hear more complaints, not my problem. If Claire was truly the hardest worker, she'd figure it out. Sam, a quiet weekend co-worker, and I exchanged looks. Neither of us spoke. For 6 hours, Claire stacked hundreds of books. Series out of order. Alphabetization wrong. Customers wouldn't find anything. She looked proud, occasionally glancing around for applause. Then, just before closing, our supervisor Linda came over. She studied the shelves, frowned. Claire, she asked, why are these like the wall display? I thought it was the same system, Claire stammered. Linda shook her head. No, this follows author order, not the wall layout. Claire's eyes landed on Sam and me. You knew? Well, yeah, I said. Her face turned red. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want to criticize your work. I shrugged. Linda looked at the shelves, realizing the full scope. Hundreds of books misarranged. You'll need to redo the entire section, she said firmly. Claire's jaw dropped. But that took all day. Yes, and now it needs fixing. Sam, and I clocked out 10 minutes later. Claire was already pulling books off the shelves, furious, embarrassed, exhausted. Sam whispered, that's gonna take hours. I nodded, and for the first time since David's warning, I felt justice. The next morning, David saw the shelves. Not happy. Linda explained everything. After that, Claire stopped receiving excessive praise and suddenly started working harder. I never sabotaged or lied or complained again. I simply stepped aside and let reality expose the truth. Sometimes the most satisfying revenge isn't attacking someone. It's letting their own actions reveal who they really are. If you enjoyed this story, hit like and subscribe for more satisfying revenge stories. Tell me in the comments, what's the worst coworker you've ever had? Because if there's one thing we all share, it's dealing with terrible coworkers. And sometimes karma just needs a little time.